What's going on, YouTube? It's favorite cancer patient Brandon here with Trade Garage. So in our last video, we had some pretty fun predictions we're going to go over today and how we predicted the stock market's all-time highs, okay? So we had this couple X posts here this morning, had some really nice short calls off data, right? And then we had this post right here. I said the key to our short this morning, no back test of VWAP here, okay? So we never had a back test of VWAP come from yesterday's low. I use these anchors, right? So anchored here, and we needed a back test around 532.31. So I had a short bias on for the day, right? And my target was right around the 532.30s. And this will slowly calculate up. So I'll show you exactly where it hit and what I did for my premium group today. So that was our short outlook, a little freebie hints there on the Twitter X. Now you can kind of see what I'm looking at in the real time, okay? So the most important thing was the Fibonacci from yesterday's body. Is a little long-term lesson for you here on Fibonacci. So what I did was I took yesterday's Fibonacci body and I utilized the golden pocket for a dip, which means anything under the 0% fib, which means we price action back inside the body, okay, just the body right here of yesterday's candle, okay? And what the 50% retrace is all about is halfway of that body. We call this the golden pocket, right? Above or below the 50 Fibonacci to 61.8 to 38.20. So if you know fibs, you know what the golden pocket is. So I wanted to go short under the 0%, and then I gave everybody a target right here of this red zone, which is the bottom half, or tick right into that 50 fibs so we can go to the intraday and see how our prediction did. So our prediction here, boom, boom. This landed us, ooh, pop up, pin to screen, this PNL right here. So we ended up with the big PA accounts on Apex Trading Fund, about 580, over 16, huge hit today. Off of a couple of short scalps and the way back down here. So let's get into it. So here's that red zone. Here's the orange Fibonacci's. Here's the golden pocket where I said we would short to. So literal any confirmation under the 0 fib, which we will also fail yesterday's algo, the 4236. So let's take a peek at that real fast as well. Boom and boom. This was the data candle we were given, right? Midday. So the opening data. I took the 5-minute candle high-low at 9 a.m. data of yesterday, and I did a high-low fib. So anything for yesterday's force up, we had targets to that upside, 1618, 2618, 423.60. So we walked it up real nice and clean right to the target of the top of the Fibonacci. So we have two different extension points saying bearish if we fall below, because generally we'll come back down to the 2618 for a retracement, or the 50 fib in which we used today on yesterday's daily candle body. So here is 534.55 and 534.67. That little pocket, I made a little green zone right here, and I said anything over under this, and we're leaning to the short side there. We pressed lower high, confirmational roll, pressed, secondary push, and lo and behold, to the penny, the 50 Fibonacci right here. And that's how we predicted it. So once the confirmation bias was inside yesterday's daily body right here, we had an opportunity to come back down to the golden pocket. It's that easy. So we found that algo to run with us here. Now, let me take you guys to here. Here's TradingView. And here's that anchor VWAP I was talking about on the 15-minute chart. Okay. So we can do this easier, make this a little bigger for us. Go to SPY. Lock this in here. And this is the post I made on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I said yesterday's low anchor, which we anchored from here, yesterday's lows, never had price action tag all day yesterday, which means that anchor never had a back test of support. Algorithms cannot run without confirmational back test of support, especially without catalysts, which we didn't really have catalysts today. Tomorrow's the appointment report, but today, as far as jobs and everything else goes, I shorted that pop 100%, and that's where we made a lot of our good pre-market moolah. So with that being said, that low anchor, lo and behold, was the low of the day today, was the back test, and that's what I posted on X for you guys during that post, because again, that short bias confirmation I was talking about here on X, way before it happened, was the back test of this SPY 15-minute anchor, okay? And it just so happens 532.31 area is where that anchor came in. Well, 532.71 is where the golden pocket Fibonacci came in. So our short bias was anything short under here, and it was going to come into that zone of 532.30s to 532.70s, 52, whatever it happened to be, it doesn't matter. that anchor, like I said earlier, was going to calculate up. And when it calculated up and when it hit this, it was at, oh, did I shrink it down? Must have. Let me grab it real quick here so I can show you guys. So when we had that anchor catch up, right here, 533. So that calculated up, like I said from the post, at 532.30s, whatever happens to be, it chases it down. But inevitably, from the Twitter call there, we said it was going to come back down to that short, and that was going to be about it. And now we're looking for confirmation bias on tomorrow's data. So again, this is a lot of the ways how we confirm, let's go to some of the oscillations here, confirm direction oscillation with the help of Fibonacci. And then a lot of the thing here with your confirmation bias here, it was, I wouldn't say super easy, but it was pretty easy. We know the MAC waves are my favorite 5-day 5-minute indicator down here. And when you notice right here, the oscillation indicator, we had a sell wave beat. This sell wave was taller than this little tiny wave right here for the buy wave, right? Can you guys see that? Let me shut this down here. You can barely see it. My fat head in the way. All right. So that big sell wave and that small buyer wave, that was the key, is the small buy wave. So this little MAC that said, oh, we don't have too much buying pressure up here, where does that line up with? A little bit after 9 a.m. If you look at a 9 a.m., where is that? Lower high. Okay, well, we have confirmation bias on a freaking lower high price action that the MACD does not have buyers in control. We have crossed those moving averages, and it heads to the downside. So we have a high, lower high breakdown in RSI as well. And totally had the walk down here with the oscillation indicators, the RSI, the MAC called it with the confirmation here, lower high, nothing over pre-market high, and no all-time high trend because we didn't really have the data for it, nor did we get amazing data anyway. So we did call this for our live group. You want to trade with us live, check the description. The link is there to our website. You want to support the channel, you want to trade with Apex Trade Funding, which I often do. Links are there as well. We appreciate you supporting the channel. We'll catch you on the next recap.